Woo! Oh my God, what are we doing on right now, my boy? Welcome everybody. It is We Talking About Sports, the Sunday session, October 2nd, 2022. Starts at 10 a.m. ish. Not
Ish is
exactly
the
10
is the
o'clock
operative word.
ish. Oh my God, I'm so crudo right now. But we didn't come on last week. And we apologize. And we're doing a contest for that. All right, it's going to be an NFL Pick'em contest that's going on right now. We already have a game, Justin. There's a game
Yes.
going on right now. It's 10:20. Where are we? Central time? And there's
Yeah, we're
already a game going
central.
on right now.
This game is in London. Your boys, in fact, the Tottenham Stadium is where it's
Toddy,
going down at.
Harry Kane, Mr. Harry Kane himself. What's the score, bro? What's the score right now? What do we got?
Well, at halftime, I was checking my fantasy. I had put Chris Olave in. It was 7-7. He had got me the touchdown that I needed from him. Hopefully, we continue with a little bit more. I could use a few more from him.
Man, Chris Olave is turning into a star. And where did he go to school at? Remind me
You
where
know
he
where
went to
he
school
went.
at.
Ohio State. The
Your boys?
Buckeyes, baby.
The Buckeyes, Ohio State Buckeyes. But welcome, everybody. Thank you. We talking about Sports Sunday session, October 2nd, 2022. Week 4, man. Week 4 already. How do you feel about that, Justin?
Man, it's bittersweet because, I was so excited to have the NFL come back, but, man, is it going by so fast? I cannot believe we're already week 4, man.
Week 4. All right. Well, let's get into it. We have myself, Ron. Welcome, everybody. Hello. Hi. How you doing? Justin is here with us. He's our We Talking About Sports college guru. He's our Kirk Herbstreit, but he's here with us today. Shout out to Roland. Shout out to Ben. They couldn't be with us today for a good reason. That's fine. But we didn't do a show last week, like I said, so we're here. Let's get into it, Justin. Let's just run it, baby. Let's do it.
All right.
What are we talking about first?
You got your
Sunday.
first thing going up. You said the contest was live.
Yes.
Here it is.
There it is. NFL Pick'em contest, Sunday, 10 a.m. show. We have about 20 entries?
20 entries, 21 participants, but one has not made their picks. He might be on screen. We'll see if he makes picks later on.
I don't want to make picks, bro, because I'm gonna win, and I don't want there to be.
You want everyone to have a fair shot. That is commendable and respectable, Ron.
I don't want there to be like collusion.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna say, "Hey, he's on the show. It's collusion." Blah blah blah. This and that. But Sundays 10 a.m. we will be on every Sunday, and the week 4 contest is going on. It's gonna be cash option. It's gonna be a gift card option. Whoever wins, we're going to give you guys something, and it's going to be your choice. Josh, what's up, Josh?
It'll probably be like a digital gift card because that seems the most convenient to get into the hands of the people. But if you're in Mission, it's cash option if you want the cash.
We could do that. Yeah. All right. So this is our Sunday 10 a.m. show. What do we got? 16-7, Vikings up. Thank you, Eddie. You're the man. Eddie, shout out to you.
Saints are starting another quarterback, Andy Dalton, today instead of good old Jameis. I don't even know if Jameis made the flight, with all those fractures in his back. Playing through pain, as he says. I was playing through pain. That's all it was.
The Red Rocket is starting tonight. He's or this morning, I should say, in London. So we'll see. We're actually going to get into that game later. But what do we got next, man?
Well, let's move over to Thursday night's recap. Dolphins went into the game -3.5. The over/under was set at 48.5. Ron. Game finished at 27-15.
Yes, we're just going to touch on this. This was our Thursday game. Dolphins at Bengals. Dolphins lost. Bengals covered. It went under. It wasn't the best day for the We Talking About Sports podcast, man. We only got a couple wins, which we'll go to on the next slide there. But it was a good game, regardless of it. I took the Bengals to make the playoffs this year, so I'm excited that they won 27-15. But we put up some plays. If you follow us on Instagram, there they are. Instagram, Facebook. We shout out to Marky, man. Marky Garza and Roland, our brother from the Four Horsemen. Chase over 73.5 receiving yards hit. Marky Hill over 77.5 receiving yards hit. Everybody knows Tyreek Hill went off. Jamar Chase barely got there. he had a chance to Ben had chased anytime TD. There was a chance, man. There was a chance for him to make it, but Burrow underthrew him a little bit. But regardless of it, we had 2 wins. We had 4 losses. Unfortunately, it wasn't the greatest night. But hey, you win some, you lose some. And we're transparent here when we're talking about sports. We're not just
Yeah.
going to put up our wins, we put up our L's as well. So that was the Thursday plays. It was a hell of a game. What did you think of the game overall? Obviously, we're going to get into the Tua situation real quick. We're going to touch on it. But overall, man, Dolphins were coming in undefeated. Bengals were coming in 1-2. Obviously, they won, so now they're at 500. How do you think both teams go forward from here?
Well, to be honest, I just feel like
Iris, what's up, Iris? How you
I
doing?
feel like it was a mess up by the Dolphins. We saw what happened on Thursday or on Sunday afternoon with Tua. The Dolphins were 3-0. You know, at this point around, they're playing with house money. No one expected them to be up 3-0. You sit your quarterback a week, you let him get recovered, and then you start him off. And let's say you go down 3-1, which was going to happen anyway because you lost him here. At least you have your quarterback for next week with an extended break. This short game playing as far as from Sunday 4 days later, there's no reason he should have been in there. I'm happy for the Bengals on the other side. They needed a game to kick them off. They had a real slow start to the season. Here's another win. Defense is looking a little better. Higgins. Man, has he looked good. Everyone expects Jamar Chase to be the guy. Higgins is looking like he's the guy. When you have two guys that could be the guy, you're in a great situation. The other thing, they lost Uzoma, the tight end.
Yeah.
The replacement for him is balling out.
He went off.
They're fine on offense. They get that line situated. Bengals are going to make another little run.
I like it.
A little run.
Where's my Bengals cap, Justin? Should I switch or not today?
Not today.
Today. Okay.
As long as the Cowboys are in the win column, there's no switch, Ron.
All right. No, I'm excited for the Bengals, man. They came in 0-2, but if you look at their 2 losses, we saw what happened with the Steelers in that crazy overtime game, missing field goals left and right. All right, so that's a game that they could have won. Obviously, they lost to the Cowboys, but they had an opportunity, a game-winning drive with 3-4 minutes left, and the Cowboys held them. So they could easily be undefeated right now. But I'm happy for the Bengals. As you guys know, they're my side piece. They're the chick on the side from the Cowboys. The Cowboys
are the AFC
my
spot,
wife.
So it doesn't interfere. That's a different conference.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so let's just get into the main topic of this game. The picture on the screen.
Yes.
What do you guys think in the chat? Also, just put it here. How did the Dolphins? I'm not even going to say handle the Tua situation. I'm going to say mishandle the Tua situation. This is bad. It's bad any way that you look at it. I was talking to your dad on Facebook, Eddie Martinez. Shout out to him. Okay, so there was a situation with Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, right? They had a player on the team. He got a concussion. The doctors cleared him. Ryan Clark, all right? He brought in his own team, his own doctors. They were playing in Denver. He has a sickle cell disease. So they're playing in Denver, so the air is really thin, and it kind of triggers that.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody cleared him, and Mike Tomlin said, I don't care what anybody says. I'm your coach, and you're not going to play. I don't care about the game. I care about your health. So why didn't anybody do that for Tua? No coaches, no assistant coaches, no players. There was another situation where a player from the Colts came out and said, I got a concussion. I was going to go back in the game, but a teammate of mine came up and said, hey, man, I'm going to go tell the coach that you're not right and you're not playing this game.
Release the sideline.
How did everybody miss that? Everybody missed. And as a fan,
and it's top to bottom, Ron. It's the doctor, It's the coach, it's the coordinators. How do you miss it so blatantly?
I mean, everybody missed it. And I don't know if it's just that winning mentality. Like as a player, you always want to play. You always want to be in the game. But no player should go. I mean, as a fan, you saw him hit his head in week 3. And then you see this in week 4. Also, the dude is flying back on the team plane.
Ron, you talked about the Ryan Clark and playing in Denver, altitude. They flew him back on the plane too, bro. Like, this is wrong, man. It's just a mishandling of the situation.
It was a 2017 or 2012, I don't know what it was. A player got a concussion on the field. He flew back on the team plane and he had a seizure on the plane. They had to like emergency stop and all that. Concussion protocol as well. The coach came out and said that he was watching a movie with him. If you a concussion protocol, you're
You
supposed
don't
to keep
watch
them.
lights.
Yeah,
Dark rooms.
dark room, sunglasses, whatever you need to do. El Gran Galan, what's up, man? The coach had Tua on his fantasy team. The
You
only
know he
reason.
must have
Wow,
Ron, because
Alex,
to
my
El
boy.
Gran Galan's point, this week he was saying if two, we'll go with Teddy Bridgewater if Tua is not available.
Yeah,
Like, bro, get it through your head. Tua is not available. Why
clearly.
are you still considering Tua at this point, my guy?
My
There's
God,
something weird with that dude when he cannot see, hey, my guy's out. I got to go look at the next best available. It's wild.
Alex, El Gran Galan. What do you think about it? This guy's a doctor, first of all. Gran Galan, my homie. He's a doctor, certified. What do
Yeah,
you think? Let us
MD.
know. Let us know in the comments. But all right, so that was the Thursday recap, real quick. Let's just get into it. Let's get into the meat potatoes. It's Sunday, week 4.
It's a
What do we
short
got?
show. It's a short show, so
Nah,
let's
yeah,
get
we're
into
doing it.
this.
Yeah. We're not we're not in our best health right now. I'm on a
I
binge.
had myself a Friday. Ron had himself a Saturday.
Guys,
It's
you
recovery
guys,
mode on Sunday.
you guys watching. Justin had himself a Friday. That's all I'm gonna say. Skin do Friday. Day drink. All right. So we have a game that's already kicking off, Vikings and Saints. Then you have Tennessee and the Colts. You have the Detroit Lions and the Seahawks. You have the Chargers and the Texans. All these games are up there for y'all to see. Any game that sticks out to you, Justin, right here that you're looking forward to seeing besides, of course, our Cowboys going against Washington at 12?
It's going to be weird for me. It's the Chargers and the Texans because we've seen Rashawn Slater, the offensive tackle for your boy. What's his name? The quarterback's name's eluding
Where?
me right now.
Oh, Herbie.
Herbie. Joey Bosa on the defensive line. Injuries piling up for the Chargers. They were my pick for the AFC West to be surprising. With all these injuries stacked against them, I don't see them, winning much this season. They could honestly have one of the worst seasons in the AFC with all these injuries stacked. So I want to see how they respond without some of these key players who get turnovers, who sure up that O-line. What can they do?
Yeah, man, you can tell that Herbie's not himself right now. He's a little banged up. Keenan Allen is out. Austin Eckler isn't having the best year. So it sucks, man, because you figured that Justin Herbert and the Chargers were going to take that step up, maybe like
Yes,
Josh
that's what I
Allen and the
thought.
Bills. And it's tough in that AFC. Definitely tough. You have the Chiefs, you have, the Ravens. Crazy, man, the way that the AFC is stacked up. But the game that I'm looking forward to the most is I'm just going to go with a homer pick here. And I noticed that I put 3 games twice
Yeah,
on here.
it's
So
to
that's
fill out
my
the
fault.
screen. It's to fill out the screen.
Is hey, right here. We them boys.
Yes.
All right. Cooper Rush is taking the team to the promised land. And it's gonna be a big game because it's a divisional game. And it's also kind of a measuring stick. I mean, dude's 3-0 in his career. He's 2-0 this year, I believe, correct? Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
If he wins today, do we start hearing the quarterback because Dak isn't going to be out as long as we thought he was going to be out. He's going to come back earlier. They didn't put him on the IR. So I'll go ahead and take this one first. Leave in Cooper Rush. If Dak comes back, leave in Cooper Rush, man. Especially if they win today. I mean, how are you going to sit a quarterback that just won you 3 games in a row? And you can kind of see it. He's not making the explosive plays, but he's getting the wins. The offense is moving the ball. We already know what the defense is going to be for the Cowboys. I mean, they've proved it week after week. So I'm saying leave Cooper Rush in. What do you think? If Dak comes back, are you going to Dak automatically?
Man, that's very interesting. Jerry Jones, Ron, he did say he would welcome a quarterback controversy. Those were his words.
Well, of course.
Now, is he prepared to have a quarterback controversy? Because, like you mentioned, if they win this game, that's 3 games in a row. Cooper would have the hot hand at that point. For what reason would you make a switch when you have a guy that's winning? He's airing the ball out just as fine. He has a good understanding of the Cowboys offense for being there for so many years. And this is a guy we cut preseason, to get him on a better deal.
Good point.
There's gonna be teams who need a quarterback next year who are gonna be calling Cooper's name.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do there? Now, of course, he's made himself a bag already through 2 games, just the showing that he's had. We've seen it happen before with the old Falcons quarterback when they went to the Texans. I think his name was Matt Schaub. You remember him?
Oh,
So
yeah,
he was a good backup. He would win every time he played in the backup. He went and got himself a pretty good bag because of it. I think Cooper Rush is in the same situation. I see him next year with the team, probably not the Cowboys, and he's going to get himself a nice little bag.
Hopefully, man. Alex says drug picks should be a topic if you're picking the Cowboys to win. Always talking shit, but I appreciate it. You're awesome. Hey, everybody who's watching, thank you for being with us. If you could hit the like button, share it also. We really appreciate that as well. But yeah, hell of a slate today. Like I said, there's already a game going on. The Sunday night game isn't here. Isn't up. Oh no, yeah, it is. The Monday night game isn't here, but hell of a week for week 4. What else do we got, man? Let's just
Well, the other big game, there's 2 more big games just to look at for this week.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Bills, the Ravens. You
Bills
have to understand, Bills are coming off that Dolphins loss. How do they respond? Lamar Jackson's in a contract year, so he's been balling out. They both need this win. And the other one is the primetime game Sunday night, or is it Monday night?
Sunday.
It's the Chiefs and the Bucks. That is a hell of a game to watch. And I believe the Bucks are favored by 1 at this point.
Yes. Which is wild to me because they haven't been playing really, really well. But they got Mike Evans back from suspension. Godwin and Julio Jones might be back as well. You always have playoff Lenny there in the backfield. I thought that, they haven't been practicing because of the whole, hurricane situation. So it's been a little off there.
Well, the thing is, Tampa didn't get the water. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the news with Tampa. You know how they're a bay? They hold that little water. Well, the water is receded. There's no water in Tampa Bay right now. It's just sand on the floor. It's a crazy phenomenon. Hurricane Ian sucked the water out. Could be dangerous later on when the water comes back through because eventually it's going to come back. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. All right, we'll see. Well, those are all the games, guys, for Sunday, for today. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Thank you for being with us. We're going to look at the weather real quick. Reason that we do this is because we do like to dabble in the predictions and the, betting side.
The betting scene.
The betting side of sports. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possible games that are going to have rain. Every time it's an ugly game, there's rain. The Bears week 1, I believe. Unders is where you want to go. So, but for the most part, clear skies. So look out for those games that have, the rain and all that stuff, because unders usually, hit, especially teams that have great defenses. If you have teams that have great defenses, the weather's bad, they're going to be running the ball and not passing as much. You want to slam the unders, and then you can go to other games where they're playing in domes. Weather doesn't matter, so maybe you want to look at the overs there, stuff like that. But for the most part, really not a big or huge weather day. So that was our We Talking About Sports weather outlook. Shout out to Roland; he likes to do that too. Roland, if you're watching, what's up, bro? We miss you, and we'll get you back soon.
Man, Roland.
Yes, sir. Josh, unders for Raiders Broncos is my pick, so we'll get that down. Injury report week 4. So we have Jameis Winston, Michael Thomas out for the Saints. Big name here, running back for the Lions. He's pictured there. Swift is out. So the number 1 running back is out. The number 1 receiver in Amon St. Brown is out as well. Keenan Allen, Mr. Hamstring, something's always wrong with him, is out as well.
Something's always wrong. 2 weeks now, right? He's out.
2 weeks. David Montgomery for the Bears, the starting running back, is out as well. Was it Kadarius Toney? Kadarius Toney. Mac Jones, Mr. Quarterback, Mr. My back.
Oh, he looks beat, man.
Spinal. Yeah, he took a beating, man. Mac Jones is out. His receiver, Jacoby Myers, is out as well. And Hunter Renfrow, slot receiver for the Raiders, is out as well.
0-3 Raiders.
What do you think about fantasy-wise? Fantasy implication. What do you think?
Well, if for some reason you rostered any Patriots players, you're out. Your starting quarterback. It's hurting at that point. It's already hurting if you roster a Patriot player as it is.
I was going to say, for some reason, if you rostered Patriots players, I like that.
For the predictions purposes of things, we had the Patriots, under 8.5 wins?
We did.
It's starting to look really good for us. That's starting to look pretty positive. So I'm looking forward to that.
Pretty solid.
As far as this injury list goes, for me, I've probably the benefactor with the Saints because Michael Thomas is out. That's wide receiver 1 for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I have Chris Olave slotted into my flex on 2 teams this week.
And give us a breaking news.
So
give
he
us
had
a
a
breaking
tutty already this morning, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, dude's been an absolute star. Hopefully Jarvis Landry is doing something because I forgot that the game was so early, and I was either going to do Jarvis Landry or Josh Palmer, and now it doesn't matter because I forgot the game was so early, and and
So
Jarvis
I
Landry's
gotta
already up
ask
there.
you, are you a fan at all of these 9 o'clock games? When you're a fantasy owner, you have to like wake up a little bit earlier on a Sunday that you like to sleep in a little to roster some of these guys.
Bro, I was going to sleep at like when this game was about to kick off. They're doing the pregame show, and I'm barely getting home, walking to the door. My wife's dragging me to the door, taking off my clothes, throwing me in the shower, man. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of these early games. I am a fan though of the expansion, to London and to Europe and all that. Spread the game around, give those fans a chance to watch live. So
yeah,
I like that. But
the game, why not?
Big injuries here. The reason that we do the injury report as well, so you guys can know, but fantasy implications. Wide receiver 1's out, get the wide receiver 2. RB1 is out, get the RB2. So we're gonna get into that right now. Sundays is huge for fantasy. So wide receiver 2, let me spin. Put Booby in. Let me spin, coach. Let me spin, coach. But yeah, so Gabe Davis, Devontae Smith, Chris Olave, Jarvis Landry, Josh Palmer. Wide receiver 2s that could potentially have big wide receiver 1 numbers today. Out of all these guys, man, who do you think has the biggest breakout game today? Besides, Olave already has a touchdown.
Olave already has his touchdown, but I'm looking over at the side of Devontae Smith. We thought that the name is, I'm forgetting his name, the quarterback, Jalen Hurts. We thought he wouldn't be able to support 2 wide receivers. It's looking like he's going to be a front runner for that MVP and be able to support 2 wide receivers. Devontae Smith, 2 weekends in a row, pretty good numbers. I expect a continuation with Devontae this week.
I'm gonna go with hopefully, because I have him on about 3 of my fantasy squads this year. But Gabe Davis, man,
he's balling, bro.
He had a crazy week 1. He was hurt coming back from that injury. He didn't do too well, but they're playing the Ravens today, and what I suspect should be a back and forth, high scoring game. They're coming off that loss against the Dolphins. Josh Allen, he's got that dog in him. Mm-hmm. Right? He's that guy who is gonna go to the film room, watch film, and just focus on winning. And I think if he wants to focus on winning and not losing back-to-back games, he's got to get Gabe Davis to rock. We already know what Stephon Diggs can do,
and he has done.
So Gabe Davis, I'm looking for him to have a big breakout game today. Josh Palmer, wide receiver 3 guy, but wide receiver 1 and Keenan Allen goes out. Mike Will made it. Had a great week 3, I believe. No, week 2.
Week 2. It was week 2. Though.
Last week only had 1 catch. It wasn't for a touchdown, however. But Josh Palmer is a fast guy. He's emerging as a receiver over there. The only thing is that Herbert is a little banged up, man.
Yeah, so these are still hurting.
You could tell. And that offensive line is not great, man. I'm not going to say terrible, but it's not great.
And they lost their best tackle, Slater. So there's another thing that I was talking about with the Chargers and the Texans today.
Should be a good game. All right, but that was wide receiver 2. Let me spin. Put me in, coach. What do we got next? The flex zone. We talking about sports flex zone. All right, so we have this. This was a situation for me personally. Dameon Pierce or Mike Will. What would you do before I tell you what I did on my lineup? What would between those 2 guys, Justin? What would you do? Dameon Pierce? Why is that?
I think with like you said, the Chargers got a few more options on offense, while Dameon Pierce has been the guy for them running on the running attack, and he's getting the carries, and he's not been bad. He hasn't broke 100 yards yet, but he's got 2 touchdowns. So he's almost at a touchdown a game. Mm-hmm. And then he gets this is a true flex piece and it's a stretch flex. It's not someone you really want to have to start, but he doesn't get a lot of receptions either,
Yeah.
But as far as being a better option for their team, better availability, give me Dameon Pierce over Mike Wood.
Yeah, man. That's exactly what I did in my lineup. I'm gonna be on. Hey, Mark, what's up, bro? Joey Bosa is out, so that helps. I went with Damian Pierce here because, as you guys know, I'm a huge wide receiver two guy. I love me some, Higgins over there, and with the Bengals, some
Yes.
Mike Will. I mean, last year with the Cowboys, CD Lamb behind Cooper. I'm a huge wide receiver two guy. But what I am bigger on is starting to running back over a wide receiver. So
And that
I'm
hasn't paid off this year, but I think in this situation, it's gonna pay off.
Yeah, it's just I think Mike Will is a very go big or go home kind of guy.
Yeah.
And I just with Keenan Allen not there, a lot more attention is focused on him, which is why I think Palmer has a good game today, like
Yeah.
he did last week. But Damian Pierce is going to be seeing a lot more touches. He's going to be
Yeah.
involved in the offense more. So that's why I went with Damian Pierce.
He'll
What
at
would you
least have
guys
15 touches minimum.
Yeah. So what would you guys go with in your comments? Do you have any fantasy questions for us? Let us know now. We'll be on a little bit longer. What about this one? Hunt or Dylan?
Oh man, I don't like that situation either way, just because of what Chubb is. But I'd probably lean Hunt because of in the goal line, the red zone situation, we've seen them bring both players on, and they'll do either like a play action to Chubb and then hit Hunt with a pass.
Mhm.
They utilize Hunt in the red zone at least enough for me to choose him over Dylan.
Key point right there, man. PPR leagues, which everybody kind of does now. It's just there's really not a lot of
That's almost
standard
the
leagues left.
standard nowadays
Yeah.
over the standard.
So Hunt will get his receiving touches, and he's a guy who can also rush for 100 yards. There's been several games where Hunt and Chubb each go for 80, 90, 100 yards each. The focus in Cleveland is running the ball. Dylan is great. He's a great goal line back, but Rodgers got some weapons back. Lazard is there, and we know that the offense runs through Aaron Rodgers, and he likes to pass the ball a lot. So I did the same thing, Justin. I went with Hunt over Dylan. So those were our flex zone plays right there for the We Talking About Sports. What else do we have this morning?
We do got a little question, little fantasy mailbag open by Josh. His question is Jacobs versus Denver or Edwards-Helaire versus the Bucks, and he's playing Rick Torres in the podcast league.
Shout out to Rick Torres. What is it? Alcatraz Escapees.
Alcatraz
Okay.
Escapees with Torres.
I will say this, Josh. I benched Josh Jacobs this week, and they're playing at home, but Denver has a great defense. So I would go with Hilaire here just because I think that KC offense flows more. He has the potential to get more looks than Josh Jacobs would, receiving wise as well. And the Bucks, they have one of the best run stopping defenses. So I understand your point, Hilaire or Jacobs. I would go with Hilaire here. What about you, Justin?
I'm hoping that Josh is considering this for his flex spot and not his RB1 or RB2 spot because you're going to be in trouble, Josh. I have the thought process that Edwards-Helaire is more boom than Josh Jacobs can be. And
Good
if you're
point.
going to gamble, you gamble on the bigger boom. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you see the little shovel passes at the goal line to him, or he runs them in, he stays under that O-line. Use Helaire over Josh Jacobs. 0-3 Raiders. I don't know if they turn it around. And he says RB2. You're in it today, Josh. Good luck, man.
Yeah, good luck, Josh. And shout out to the guys that are in our fantasy sports, fantasy league as well with We Talking About Sports. All right. Do we have the picks from last week? We took those off?
Yeah, I could pull them up.
No
Let's start with Roland's picks from last week.
All right. We have to give flowers here, man. Week 3.
Week by Roland.
Yeah, week 3. It says week 4 on top. That was my fault. It's week 3. My boy Roland killed it. Look at this. Sweet. Bust out the broom. Ravens -2.5 hit. Packers +2 hit. They won outright. Falcons won as well. And then he teased him and his teasing. Jags +10.5 and Vikings +1. That also hit as well. So we got to give him flowers. He didn't have any picks for today, but follow him on social media and he just might have something up there. Ben as well for week 3. He hit Ravens 2.5. He hit the Falcons pick as well. He went 2-1. The 49ers pick was there, man. All game it was there, and they lost at the very end. So between the two, they went 6-1. Shout out to the boys for going 6-1 last week in week 3.
49ers favorite today over the Rams too, so look out for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I have a couple picks today that I like. Let's go ahead and put those up. Vikings -3, Cowboys -3. The money lines aren't huge. If you can get, a spread under 3 is what I love. The Vikings might have been 3.5. I bought it to 3. Eddie told us the score right now. They're only up 16-14. It's probably in the third quarter, so hopefully, they at least they're up, and they can get another field goal or a touchdown and kind of
Update,
seal
it's
this.
19-14 right now.
There we go, baby. 19-14. So they're up by 5. This bet is looking good. And then we have the Cowboys at -3 at home against the Commanders. I like that today. They're flowing well. The defense is good. Carson Wentz is the quarterback. That's all I have to say.
Carson Wentz is not the guy. They have the backup who was kind of the guy last year for some games. I wouldn't be surprised if by halftime we don't see something else because he's looking terrible out there.
Do you think so?
Man, all the Scary Terry guys that own Scary Terry are like, do I just bench him at this point? Because he ain't producing. And that's to the detriment of Carson Wentz.
I know, bro. The guy he finds a way to lose. Mark, thoughts on Goff or Rodgers? Justin, you want to take that real quick?
I like this position, Mark, because Jared Goff has been pretty decent so far.
Facts.
I think Rodgers is consistent. Goff could be boom or bust. We're waiting for that bubble to explode where Goff comes back to being Goff. He hasn't shown it yet, but I'm not going to hold on and find out. I'm not going to F around and find out. Give me Rodgers, who I know is at least consistent for 15 and 20.
Week 1, Goff had 19. Week 2, he had 34. Last week, he had 15. He is without, like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, his number 1 receiver, St. Brown. So that's something to think about, Mark. He doesn't have his biggest receiver there. They don't have DeAndre Swift in the backfield either. So maybe this could be a little regression for the Lions just as a whole. Rodgers
is going to get that rock today, so if you have him on the
bench,
I might want to slot him.
Yeah, I started him for sure. So I would go with Rodgers here. I'm somebody who owns Aaron Rodgers. He hasn't had the best year. We understand that. His receivers are different. But I don't know if he's a rookie or not, but Dobbs is emerging as a standout there. Lazard
he's a rookie that's coming available, yeah. He's looking pretty decent for Rodgers.
Yeah, he's looking well. So I would just go with consistency here. Just in general, if I have Aaron Rodgers on one side and Jared Goff on the other, I'm going to go with Rodgers just because I know that he can make things happen. He doesn't throw a lot of interceptions as well. It's something that you have to think about. Goff might force it today. So I would go with Aaron Rodgers over Goff. Will the Niners blow it again today? I don't know. Rick, you tell me. Will they?
I feel like the Niners, during the regular season and even in that NFC Championship game, they kind of know how to play the Rams. They kept the Rams game pretty close. Unfortunately, they dropped it in the end to the Rams. My only concern is ever since Mike McDaniel has left the 49ers offense doesn't look as, sparkly and pretty. They don't have the tune-up plays to get Debo open. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if this is the same 49ers as last year when we seen offensively. We know that D-line's still balling. We know they got the linebacker. I just think the Rams might pull it out in the end. I expect it to be close, though. I think it'll be close.
Well, they're playing in San Francisco, but, I mean, both teams are from California, so you're going to have a lot of Niners fans there regardless. The whole Trey Lance situation was kind of weird to me, which is, tough. They lost last week as well. Rams or Niners? I'm going to have to go with the Rams just because of their winning protege. What's that word? Help me out here. Their winning ways. I guess there's
proficiency. I'm not sure what word you're looking for.
There's a certain word for it, but just because they'll find a way to win to where the Niners is like, I don't know if they're situated yet, to make those plays, to make those calls. So I'm going to go with the Rams today. Justin Martinez, you are right. Ron, at this point, I don't know, bro. Well, you need to know because you're a Niners fan. So just because you're a Niners fan, I would have said Niners. But what else do we got, Justin?
I think that's it for us as far as this goes. Follow us on Instagram at We Talking Sports 1.
Yes.
We do post reels. We do post pics. We have announcements on there. So if you haven't seen our Instagram, check us out on there as well. And, of course, you're probably already following us on Facebook. But if you can, like, share, subscribe, whatever you can to help us out. We do appreciate it. And one more time, Ron, I want to go over the pool host that we have today. I'm going to post it in the comments so you can join. It's a free entry. Gift card, cash option available. I just posted in the comments. If you haven't join today. You have up until 1 hour to make these picks because at game time at 12 they lock in.
You will be behind 2 games though because no, I'm lying. You will be maybe behind 1 game because of that London Minnesota game, but you never know. Still. You can make your picks. But that's it for me, man. I appreciate everybody with us today. Eddie, Rick, Mark, who else is here? Alex Galan was here today with us. Josh, thank you guys for waking up early, for kicking with us. It's 10:53. You still have about an hour to get, your picks
get
in.
Get your stuff ready and
go get that
for the afternoon.
There's some bro. There's some tamales in my fridge that I'm definitely gonna go hit up right now because
we do have a tamal. You're gonna microwave them. What are you gonna do?
I like to microwave, but my wife is just like everything's different when you put it in the oven, like pizza.
It's tamales. A better experience.
All that stuff. Do you put ketchup on your tamales? That's a huge question, right? That's a big controversy there.
Bro, I don't know why people put ketchup on tamales. Ketchup does not go on tamales, bro. I see people put ketchup on eggs too. I don't understand those people. Those people and me will never have an understanding. I don't get that.
It tastes good, bro. No. You don't like ketchup on your tamales at all? You never tried?
I'll take hot sauce on tamales, but not ketchup, bro.
Yeah, hot sauce.
But hey, I put sour cream on fajitas, so maybe I'm a weirdo.
What? Sour cream on fajitas? That's
with pico de gallo, sour cream, and guacamole. Are you kidding me?
I love it. Shut up, man. This tamales topic here is going on. Josh, I can't believe people put ketchup on steak.
No, who does that? Arrest them. Jail immediately, Josh.
Chilito instead. My kids like sour cream on rice? Wow, I've never seen that, Iris.
I've never even heard of that.
Try that. Maybe
I'm not going to judge that because I do like sour cream. You know what? Actually, I do. I get Chipotle and I get rice and I tell them put a dollop of sour cream on there. So I get them. I get that. I can respect that.
You respect that. Yeah, no, but everybody... Have a great Sunday. We appreciate you guys being with us. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to us. Instagram, Facebook. We appreciate it, man. That's all I got to say. Thank you. Hopefully everybody
join the pool host while you have one last chance to do so.
Sunday fun day. Shout out to Roofy. We'll be at your house in about an hour. And I don't know how everybody's going to get there because everybody's crudo AF. But we're going to make it happen. Justin, thank you for being on with me today. It's always great to be with you, man. Shout out to Justin.
Hey, you know what, Ron? We didn't talk about is me and you do the college football show.
Yes.
We went 5-0.
You went 5-0, my friend.
Well, we're a team. We went 5-0.
Yes. We'll do be on the lookout Tuesday, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll do a college recap.
For sure.
You want to do that? All right. So be on the lookout for that. Everybody have a great Sunday. Enjoy yourselves. God bless. Thank you for hanging out with us. Justin, thank you for being here. Roland and Ben, we love you guys. And hopefully we'll see you soon. Appreciate all the love, guys. Go Cowboys, baby. We the boys.
Yeah.
21.